Welcome, welcome everybody to the Coplan Cabana. We live in the south end of Louisville, Kentucky, at the Coplan Cabana, where Kimmy does all the work and they're just here for the show. At the Coplan Cabana. Cha-cha-cha.
Not that you're doing like body motions with it too.
I know. I really get into it, Anna. I mean, this is like my next best thing. Welcome, everybody, to episode 36 of the Coplan Cabana. And for this episode, you just get Anna and Kim.
So it's the Anna Cabana.
It's the Anna Cabana. The Anna Cabana. I like that. That needs to be your new motto, the Anna Cabana. We need to make you a reef to put on your door. I mean, like a license plate to put on the front of big beep Benny.
There's not a spot for a license plate on the front. There's only one on the back.
Oh, is there? Well,
yeah.
So I wanted first to tell you that I was reviewing the gifted list with just like showing people at work about it. I'm like, first let's look at Anna's. First let's look at Ellie and Lil's. They're pretty like plain. Okay. And then I'm like, then I just want to show you Anna's. Like, this girl, she has something. What? Did you add something? Oh, no. Everything else. Then you've got one that says games, etc. Everything else has 12 things in it. Games has 13 things in it. Loungefly, 108. 108. So like when you click on this, you just keep, I was like, look at it.
You just keep scrolling.
You just keep scrolling. So how am I going to know out of 108 which one you absolutely want? Then you have.
And I want them all.
I know you do. Music merch, 23 things. Then she's got vinyls, 133. Then house, you've got 23. Taylor Swift only has 22. You're slacking on that one. And then big D-I-C-K Benny, 21. Funko, 49. So then you get to Anna's, or that's Anna's. Ellie's, she has home, 12. And Lil has Christmas 2025, 25 things. Or 28. So yeah, that just shows how detailed you are.
Now that you mention it, I can actually take a couple stuff off of my Taylor list because she had a sale. I actually think it's still going on. Where all of the Eras Tour merch, like the stuff that says Taylor Swift the Eras Tour, was 75% off.
So which one of them are they? Wait a minute. So Taylor's,
but. Well, no, what I'm saying is because she had the sale and everything was 75% off, I was able to buy a few things.
Like what did you buy? Do you remember?
This shirt.
Okay, I see that right there. Yeah. Well, you just mark it as checked, right? Claimed?
Well, I'm just going to delete it.
Oh, okay.
It's my list, so I can just delete it.
Okay.
I also got this shirt.
Okay.
I hope this shirt's going to stay. I hope she restocks it in a large or an extra large. The shirts are oversized. And they're oversized to the point where I could probably honestly wear a medium. I don't want to get the medium and then it be too tight for me to wear, like regularly, like
can I
tighter
see it?
than this shirt. But right now, they either have like a medium or a 2XL in this shirt. And considering they're oversized, I do not need a 2XL. But it's the Reputation bodysuit.
Oh, it's one where the one leg's in and the other leg's out.
Yeah. So yeah, I still really want that, but they only have a medium or a 2X right now. And then I was able to get this sweater too.
Well, Merry Christmas to you.
This is also during the Reputation set. It's when she's going from "Look What You Made Me Do" to "Don't Blame Me."
Okay, so today it's just Anna and me because this is our mother-daughter episode. We had Lil's last week. Anna is this week. Next week, we will end season 1 with Ellie. So, question to you. Did anything make you laugh today?
Yeah.
Okay. You gonna tell me? You said yeah and then didn't say anything like it
I'm
was a
trying to figure
secret.
out a way to say it that's podcast appropriate.
No.
Well, actually, there are a couple things that made me laugh, but the first one, the one I'm going to tell you about, is there is a YouTube ad for White Claw, and it's like real friends roast each other.
Okay.
It's basically the gist of this whole ad. One of the guys, when they're sitting there together, like drinking White Claw, what's supposed to be a holiday gathering, says, "I've met scarecrows with smaller sticks up their butt."
That is funny. You're right.
I wrote it down on my phone.
Because you want to make sure you remember that.
Yes, I
Okay.
do.
Well, before we start, I want to ask, how was therapy? I know you went today. Today's your therapy day.
It was good.
I thought you only did it once a month. Is it?
I do only do it once a month.
I feel like you just did it.
No.
No. Okay. Well,
I was gonna say sometimes the weeks vary,
okay, maybe that's why.
like depending on availability. Like it might not always be the second week in the month or whatever.
Okay.
So
Okay. Maybe
sometimes they're
that's
a
why.
little closer together.
Also, I wanted to just check in and see. I know Ellie talked to you about our trip to Georgia.
Yes.
So are you okay? You're going to, I don't know, arrange to be able to not go into work that night
Yeah, I'm gonna use my FMLA.
from law? Okay.
Yeah. And it would be day shift anyway.
Oh, on the Monday?
Oh, actually no, because it's a Monday. It's not a Sunday, never mind. So it might be night shift.
Because that was I have to work Monday. And then I'm taking my last PTO day that I would have lost because I had one.
Would you like for me to get a cough so you can work from home?
I am working from home. You don't need to get. Now that made me laugh.
Could you imagine my daughter that doesn't even live with me has a strange cough?
I need to work from home today.
My 31-year-old daughter who
Oh,
doesn't drink water has a
Chris.
strange cough. Don't know what the source is.
I work from home on Monday. So as soon as I get finished working, I'm gonna try to work some on Sunday because I'm also having my hair colored on that day. So come home whenever I get done. We can leave like 8, 9 o'clock that night. Get in the middle of the night, and we're not going to get a hotel or anything since it's just the 3 of us. You and Ellie could stay in the room, and I'll sleep on the couch. And then we could get there Tuesday, spend Tuesday with Mimi and Peepaw, maybe see if we can go over and spend some time with Joy. And then Wednesday's usually when they have Christmas Eve. I need to call my dad, but I wanted to have this conversation with you first.
Well, it's when they do their whole Christmas on Christmas
On
Eve.
Christmas Eve. And then we'll get up and leave like we did last year.
On Christmas Day.
On Christmas Day, early Christmas Day. So we get back in time.
Now this year, does anybody have any pets they're trying to get rid
No,
of?
no, we're not bringing pets home this year. We did that last year.
I don't think we went there with the goal to bring home a pet anyway last year.
No. And it's one of those traditions that was a 1-year thing. So we'll be good. We'll be good. No pets this year.
I was gonna say, I bet a couple of my cousins would be like, I don't have any pets that I'm looking to get rid of, but you can take these kids back with you for a couple days.
I'm out of that game too.
Oh, and so am I. I was never even in it.
Then we'll be back in time to be able to celebrate our Christmas night. But then Ellie or Lil will be here. She'll be able to watch our dogs. And if you need her to go over and let Cash out or something like that.
Well, I'll probably just take Cash to Cassie's.
Okay.
Actually, since Bucky has his little like gravity feeder and water thing.
Well, he'll be okay for a couple of days.
Yeah.
Because that's all it's going to be. Tuesday, Wednesday, and you're back on Thursday. Okay. All right.
Yeah,
well,
he's probably actually pretty bummed that we show back up.
Probably. He's like, dang, I finally had to, I thought I had the place all to myself, and here y'all come again.
Yeah.
All right. So I did send you the questions in advance because I thought it'd give you a chance to.
And I read a couple of them as they were coming in, but while I while you were sending them to me, I was on my way to therapy.
Right.
And then I left therapy and I had to go to Bath and Body Works to pick up my candle haul because that's the only time I'll buy Bath and Body Works candles.
When they're on the sale like that.
Yeah, because I'm not paying, what is it, like 30 $20 $30 for for,
It's at least 20.
yeah. It's probably closer to 30 now.
I go to Marshall's and buy $4 candles.
I will say the Bath and Body Works
Oh,
candles
they're much
are,
better.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I have the candle warmer over here.
Mm.
I could put a Bath and Body Works candle on there, and I could smell it upstairs in my room.
Yeah. Oh, it's a much better quality candle,
Yeah,
absolutely. But I'm also it's not $20, $30 candle.
because, yeah, you also have a much larger house than I do, so when you light those little candles, the
Mhm.
smell doesn't go as far, so you can kinda
True.
walk around and get the different smells.
Mhm.
If I lit 2 of the same candle, I would either be smelling both of them at the same time, or it be, some weird combination somewhere, and I'd have to light one upstairs, and I can only either be upstairs or downstairs.
You can't be in both? I can't
No,
imagine.
no.
Can't figure
Also,
can't figure
al
that one out.
also, I have a cat who has no rules. Like, a lot of people have rules that they don't let their cats on, like, countertops and stuff like that. Yeah, I have a cat that has no rules.
No
So,
boundaries.
an open flame is not a wise decision.
Is there anything you wanna share before we get started? Like anything that from the last week, or we'll just dive into the questions?
Well, I was gonna say I didn't get to tell you the other funny thing that
Okay, I
happened
thought you
today
were only gonna tell me one. Tell me you mean that made you laugh?
that made me laugh, yeah.
Okay, well,
Uh,
bring it to me.
so, yesterday I was looking up just basically, like, clip videos of 50 Cent's pettiness,
Yeah,
'cause
like, when he bought the first 4 rows of
Ja Rule,
Ja Rule's
Ja Rule,
concert. Mhm.
yeah,
He said it was on a
which
Groupon or something like that.
yeah, they were like $15 a pop on a Groupon, yeah.
He was
Um,
like, "Just give me the first 4 rows."
you're about to fall off. He's twisted himself around his little scratching post to where it's balancing.
Let him fall. Okay, keep going.
Well, that scratching post is gonna be loud when it falls. Yeah, so I was just, like, looking up different clips of, like, 50 Cent's pettiness and the people he's hated, which, yeah, obviously the jaw rule thing. One of the videos yesterday said something to the effect of, "If you don't know who Ja Rule is, then that means 50 Cent has done his job,"
Yeah.
which I thought was funny.
I
Now
think
I
I
am
only know who he is because of 50 Cent.
I was gonna say, there's a couple of songs that he's in, like, the remixes of, that I
Mhm.
know, like, I know of the songs, but I don't think I've ever heard a song that's 100% Ja Rule. Today, I'm actually still watching it. It's a comedy special. The comedian's name is Josh Johnson. Uh, I've seen a couple of his clips on TikTok, but it is an entire comedy special about the, uh, documentary about Diddy that is by 50 Cent. And he
I
says,
think I've seen that guy, like, just little clips of him, the
yeah,
comedian. Yeah.
yeah, because he's like, "I've never hated somebody for episodes."
Mhm.
He said,
Yeah,
"Usually when I hate somebody, it's at most a short story.
yeah, I
I've
think I
never
know who
hated
he is.
somebody enough to edit." Funniest thing to me that he said so far was, "Nobody's ever hated anything the way that 50 Cent hates Diddy." He said, "You think you hate racism? You love racism compared to how much 50 Cent hates Diddy."
Are you ready for me to start? Okay, so I'm gonna start with, what is your favorite memory of the 2 of us together?
So this is one of the ones that I saw as I was going to work pop up on my radio, so I already do have an answer to this one.
Okay.
Uh, and it is whenever I would go to work with you.
Oh, yes, when I worked at U of L?
Yeah, well, and when you worked, not necessarily on base, but, like, you would work in different
Oh,
areas
yeah.
around
Mhm.
base. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yep. I remember you going to the office with me when I worked at U of L, and then, yes, when you would go with me when I worked on post.
And I don't know, and I would also say tied with it is, like, all of the, like, road trips to Georgia or, like, flights to Georgia that we
Mhm.
took when I was little, because those were, like, just me and you,
Just you
and,
and me.
and we would listen to Harry Potter
Mhm.
on,
Yep.
because you had them on tape.
Oh, yeah. The good old days.
Yeah.
Yeah, those and then remember when also, I would say some of our trips, to your dance competitions.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just going and staying in the hotels and it just being us and a lot of times because it was hard to travel with a bunch. I would say that's funny because I think Lil will tell me that one of her favorite memories of the 2 of us is when she's gone to work with me. Like, because I would take her to work at the new office that I'm in, it's not new anymore, and she would sit underneath the desk while I was
Yeah.
working. Yeah, so it's funny how you could have similar, but in different
Yeah, I was
situations,
ready to
memories.
say it was different though because
Oh, yeah.
now you work in like a full corporate office.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
When I was going to work with you, well, at one point it was a university.
Yes.
It was the library, right?
It was the Education Resource and Technology Center, the ERTC. Yep.
Yeah. Uh, basically a library.
Yeah.
Uh, so I would just basically run around this library.
Yes.
Yeah. And
And
then
remember they had the things that, like, teachers would use to make bulletin boards?
yeah.
Yeah, and you would make stuff over there. Yeah.
And then there was also like the book container thing that like went down as you put weight on it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I would spend like the entire day sitting in that thing
Oh, yes.
because it felt like a little fort, to a little
Uh-huh.
kid. But also when you worked on post, there was like maybe 10 of you in the building.
Mhm. And it
Uh,
would be either it was an old barracks or, there was one that was an old barracks, and I was in an office that had a bathroom. Do you remember that?
yeah.
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 So that was someone's used to be someone's room.
Someone's living quarters.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
And then
but yeah,
remember
that
that time I worked it was, like, on the edge of like a stage? Do you remember that?
I don't think I remember that one.
That one oh, so I was pregnant was I pregnant with Ellie with that one? It can't be.
No, because
I felt like I was
that would
pregnant in that one. That had to have been Lil
that
then,
I was gonna say it had to have been Lil, and so I think by that point I was already in
not going with me.
yeah, I was already in public school because that's why I went with you a lot of the times was because I was in private school and we got extra days off. Yeah.
Different days then, yeah.
Um,
Yeah, that was when, I was pregnant with Lil.
but
Because when I was
yeah,
pregnant with Lily, I was in Gaffey Hall, and that's when 9/11 hit.
yeah. Um, yeah, I feel like you would have had very vivid memories of being on the side of a stage
9/11, yeah,
on
no,
9/11.
yeah,
Yeah.
no, we were in Gaffey Hall then.
And and I guarantee if I ever went to work with you and you worked on the side of a stage, you probably would have never seen me the entire day.
No.
I
Well,
probably
it's
would have
like
brought my tap shoes.
well, it was kinda weird, they broke the stage up into, like, 3 sections, so we were on one end of the section, and then there was another room, so it wasn't something that you could have been on stage for because they broke it, they made
Oh,
walls
okay.
or dividers or something. Anyway.
But yeah, there would only be like 10 of you in like,
Mhm,
a hall or an entire office building. And so I would basically have free run of the entire area,
mhm.
all of the dry erase boards and dry erase markers.
Yes, possible. Okay.
I would get so excited when I remember getting so excited when I would go there and you would have colored dry erase markers.
Oh, it's expanded the possibilities,
Yeah,
right, of your imagination. Okay, so I know you love traditions.
I love
So
our traditions. I'm not having a tradition.
so is there a new tradition you think we should start as a family? Doesn't necessarily have to be around Christmas. It could be any type of tradition, anytime, anything you've always wanted to do that you would like to recommend. Now's the time. You've got the stage.
Um, maybe like, cause I like that we're doing like the card game
I
thing with
know.
Uncle Mike
Uh,
and them, like, I like doing,
yeah.
like, a game night like that, but, like, maybe
Yeah.
something that's more like board games.
Mhm. Yeah, I just don't
Obviously obviously no trivia because nobody's gonna wanna
as
play
good
that.
as you. Well, and not Monopoly. But I don't know that the
I'm
Duvals are
fine with
big.
Monopoly.
I don't do Monopoly's not allowed. I don't play Monopoly. Um,
But I'm just saying the 2 people on this call right now are not the reason we don't play Monopoly.
no, it is Ellie and Lil. Um,
But it doesn't have to be with the Duvals, like, it could just be us
yeah,
4.
I would love that too because I like playing board games. What right now is your biggest challenge in life?
Getting things done on a
Mm,
daily basis, like, keeping up with everything.
like cleaning your house,
Yeah, cleaning my
going grocery
house.
shops?
Like, right now oh, something just got delivered. My Taylor Swift merch has been delivered.
Excellent.
Uh, like, right now, if you look over here, you'll literally see my ornament boxes.
Yes. Did you
I
get your
have
Christmas tree put up?
the tree's up. There's not any lights or anything on it, but the tree's up. Uh, it's kinda leaning, and I don't know why it's doing that, but it's up. And I have a tree collar on it because I still have, like, our tree skirt, our family tree
Mhm.
skirt.
Mhm.
Having a tree collar, I feel, is essential when you have a cat because it blocks him from being able to literally climb up the center of it, which before I got that tree collar, he would do.
So you just have trouble getting stuff done. Do you think that has to do with your ADHD? You have ADD or ADHD? I mean, like ADD?
So at one point they were at one point those 2 terms were separate,
So they're kind
but
of the same
now
now.
it's all ADHD. It's just whether you have the attention deficit variety or the hyperactivity variety.
You have the
I
first.
have the attention deficit variety. Yeah. Whereas Cassie has the hyperactivity
Okay.
variety.
So do you
Uh,
think it has to do with that?
yes, because it starts out as, you know, ADHD for people who don't have it is if I don't want to do something, like my my body doesn't understand or my brain doesn't understand like we don't want to do this, but this needs to be done. So let's do it and get it over with. My brain doesn't see it that way. My brain sees it as we don't want to do this, so we're literally going to find anything else to do
Right.
to not do it. So it starts out, simple as that, what we'll call procrastination for neurotypical people. But then, you know, there's some home chores that you let them go for so long and then it becomes a much bigger task.
Mhm.
And so then, I've let this task go and now this task is overwhelmingly big. And that's an entire other reason that people with ADHD don't do things. It's because it's like it's so big, we don't know where to start. And we know that we're not going to be able to get it done. And, that's like kicking somebody when they're down. If you start something that you already don't want to do, but you decide to do it anyway, and then you end up not even being able to finish it.
Do you talk to your therapist about this? Like, does she offer you any type of like exercises that you can do to maybe break those types of tasks down into smaller chunks so you can maybe
So for the most part, for a very long time for my ADHD, and you know this because I was a minor, but I was never medicated. So I've gotten so far just with my own coping strategies for my ADHD. Obviously, I've had to adjust things as I've grown up. That's why I got medicated. It was because once I was out of the structure and routine of school, I would forget to eat and not just forget to eat, but I'd forget to do other simple things that most regular people don't forget how to do. I'm able to kind of come up with my own coping strategies for my ADHD just because I've unknowingly been doing it for so long. I try to focus on progress, not perfection,
yes, that's
or like
wise.
done, getting some done is better than finishing.
Right, right. Yeah.
But when it comes to like big things like putting up Christmas decorations,
Mhm. I know it can be very overwhelming.
yeah, and I don't even have, probably a quarter of the Christmas decorations that you have.
Yeah. Well, I've been building my collection a little bit longer, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, again, also you have a much bigger space to decorate
True. But,
than
I
I
mean,
do.
it took me 2 solid days of me just working on that and nothing else.
Yeah. It's not getting anything else done, all of the
Mhm.
normal stuff that I have to do because I wanna put up Christmas decorations. But in the back of my head, it's like, "Well, when are you gonna do your laundry? When are you gonna wash the dishes? When are you gonna sweep and mop the floor? When are you gonna scoop the cat box?" Like, if you stop what you're doing and put up Christmas decorations, something else is gonna fall. I did finally take apart the broken bed frame yesterday. Yesterday, I put up the tree and took apart my broken bed frame, so I've made progress on multiple things. Um, but I took apart my broken bed frame. Last night, Cash and I slept on my mattress on the floor. Uh, but so now I have to put up my new bed frame and put my mattress on it and all of that. I feel good about making the progress of at least getting the old one taken apart. And I did it yesterday. That way I could immediately put it in my garbage can and take it to the curb.
That's what I was gonna ask. Did you also take it out of the house and
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. And that's why I did it yesterday. Tomorrow morning is when the trash comes. And I have a completely empty trash can. So let's get this thing taken apart and get it out.
I mean, that's an accomplishment, not perfection or just progress, right?
Progress over perfection. I've come to terms with the fact that I'm never going to have everything 100% done.
Mm-mm. And just when you get one thing done, get it done, it
Yeah.
cycles back and have to do it again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially when you have kids or pets,
Mhm.
you know,
Yeah.
because I'll literally
I do
put
indeed.
I'll put all of Cash's toys in this basket that I have for him, and I'll watch
Mhm.
him stand behind me and think about what toy he wants to get out
Pulls it out.
after I
Yep.
step away from the toy basket.
Yeah.
And
They're all over my house too.
Now I know how my mom felt when she'd put all
Uh-huh.
my toys away, and I'd immediately drag them all back out.
Yeah. Absolutely. Okay. We good on that question? All right. Next, what is a skill or habit? Well, this might relate to your thing. What is a skill or habit that you wish to improve or develop? Maybe that's something different than time management.
Yeah, because with ADHD, I'm really only gonna get so good. Like, I'm never gonna be the term they use for it isn't time management because it's more than just time management. They say executive dysfunction.
Okay.
Like, my brain just doesn't know how to prioritize things.
Let's look at this question of more of some sort of skill that you would like to have. Not
No,
that
I do have an answer for that though,
okay.
and it's closely related to my ADHD, but
Okay.
it's also not. Um, it's my approach to conflict or tension. I would like to work on those. And
For you to have a more calm approach to it?
yes,
Okay.
for me to be, or I would say slower to a reaction.
Okay. So you feel that your reaction to it now is because of your ADD, ADHD?
Well, because it's related to it because it's because of my anxiety, which my ADHD has basically caused my anxiety because you overthink of like
Oh
why
yeah.
can't I why can't I do this like normal people? But yeah, and overstimulation, which is a part of the ADHD and anxiety, leads to quicker reactions and impulse behaviors. So yeah, working on specifically the emotion of anger. Most of the time that's what me and my therapist talk about, if you really want to
Okay.
know, is my approach to the emotion of anger because
In that your response to everything is where you sound angry and are you angry when you sound angry or is that just your natural response to everything?
I was going to say I do think a lot of that is just like my natural tone. No, it's more so when I get angry, I go from 0 to 100, and there is no in between, and then I, do or say irrational things. So it's more, figuring out how I came to be that way, how exactly, like, what actions along the way have built this. not exactly, a one-step solution. But, uh, yeah, talking about how it got to where it is today and basically how to put, little notches in between 0 and 100. Like, what can we do that's like a 20% reaction or a 40% reaction? We don't have to go straight to 100.
Okay. So with that, I'm going to say, is there some sort of goal that you would like to achieve in 2026? I'll tell you like an example of the goal I'm looking for. So it's kind of like people do bingo cards. So a goal for me is I would like to start sending more cards to people. Like someone instead of
Do people still
wishing.
send cards?
No, they don't. That's my point. Um, like my nana, my dad's mom would send us Halloween cards, send us 4th of July cards, Valentine cards, birthday cards. So instead, someone who's important to me in some way, like let's use Nikki. Okay, her birthday. Instead of wishing her a happy birthday on Facebook, send her a birthday card. I just think it's a lost art. That that's a goal I'd like to achieve in 2026.
I was gonna
What
say,
was
like,
your
I understand the sentiment behind it
Mhm.
of, like, it being, more heartfelt, more purposeful than, just a post on Facebook. That Facebook already types out for you.
I mean, pretty much. I mean, all you have to do is they have a couple of auto-populated
Yeah, and
messages. Yeah.
sometimes they don't even have that. Sometimes you literally just click wish them a happy birthday, and it posts it for you. So, yeah, I understand the sentiment and wanting to be more heartfelt and purposeful, but it's actually going to, fly right in the face of what I'm about to say, which
Okay.
is, I would like to declutter
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I
because
can
again, don't
imagine.
know if you can see that.
Yeah, that room in there.
Yeah, that bed, yeah.
Mhm.
Only one of those boxes. There's a bunch of cardboard boxes on there, uh, but only one of them actually, like, has stuff in it. It has all of the stuff that used to be, the little piece of furniture that I used to have right here that is at Ellie's house now. Um, but it's all the stuff that used to be in there because I've had to, like, it was in my closet that was in that room, but I've had to get stuff out of it every now and again that now just sits right there. But there's a whole bunch of other cardboard boxes that are empty, and that's the reason I have all of those cardboard boxes is so I can work on decluttering.
Mhm.
Um, putting stuff, that can be sold at the yard sale in the cardboard boxes.
Okay. So decluttering, that's an exceptional goal for 2026. Okay. So what is something about your life that you would like me to know more about?
Um, it's hard to explain to regular people, but the what it truly means to, have ADHD and anxiety and stuff like that. Even I jokingly call it attention deficit ooh shiny. It's
Yeah.
not as simple as that.
Mhm.
Um, especially when you couple in the anxiety that goes with it.
Mhm.
Um, and especially being an adult with it because I feel like a lot of people when they hear the term ADHD, they immediately assume a child.
Sure, sure.
Yeah. And even more specifically, they probably assume a male child.
Oh, no, I wouldn't.
Boys are more typically diagnosed with ADHD as
Really?
children. Yeah,
Hmm.
as children. Um,
I guess I don't think that because I didn't have
because you didn't
boys.
have boys. Yeah.
Mhm.
Boys are often a lot rowdier
Yeah, yeah,
than
yeah.
girls.
I can see
So,
how they could get labeled that. Yeah.
but yeah, so a lot of people, not only think of a child when they hear ADHD, they also think of a male child. And ADHD presents itself differently in men versus women. If you get diagnosed with ADHD as a child, it doesn't just go away. Adults still have it. Dealing with it as an adult, with adult responsibilities is very different than how a neurotypical person would deal with it.
Well, can I use this time to ask you if that was the reason you didn't show up for your dad's thing this weekend?
I thought Ellie already told you.
No.
Yeah, so no, so what happened was I didn't go to work because I brought
Mhm.
all of my Christmas stuff down and underneath those ornament boxes are two like plastic Rubbermaid totes. and I was trying to bring the Rubbermaid totes down while I let the bag with the Christmas tree in it kinda, like, slide down behind me
Mhm.
just to, like, save me some time going up and down my pretty steep steps. I missed like, I clipped the edge of one of the steps and fell.
Mm.
Luckily, the Christmas tree was right behind me, so I fell onto the, you know, soft Christmas tree in comparison to my stairs. My back and my neck didn't feel great, so I didn't go to work.
I thought maybe you didn't I knew you didn't go to work, so I thought maybe you didn't take your medicine, and then
Well,
you
no, that's
didn't
what
get a
happened is I didn't take my medicine.
yeah, and so then you
Yeah,
didn't wake up.
because even on my off days, I have an alarm set solely to wake up, turn over, take my medicine, and then I could turn back over and go to sleep. That, once the medicine takes effect, I'll wake back up. So I even have an alarm on my off days as well as my days that I go to work. But since that was a day I would normally be at work, I didn't have, my 9
The
or
take
10
your
AM
medicine
take your medicine
alarm.
alarm.
Yeah. It is something that the 2 of us can do together on a more frequent basis. Like, I really enjoyed going to coffee that day with you, uh, and just wondering, is there something else? I know we mentioned board games, but I think that board game thing is for the family. So what's
Yeah.
something that the 2 of us could do on a more regular basis that would spend time together, just the 2 of us? Because like Ellie and I, we do coffee. I mean, well, no, we do the movies. Sorry, that's what I meant to say. We used to do
You
coffee,
do
but we haven't.
you do the movies,
Lil and I live together.
that's trying enough on its own.
Uh, oh, we kinda we coexist. We don't get in each other's way. I think I do
Well
my thing, she does
well, that's
hers.
because she works night shift and you work day shift,
Yeah, yeah, very
and
true.
she's either in her room asleep or downstairs on the computer.
Mhm. Yeah, so yeah.
So, like, you all may cross paths once or twice a
Mhm.
day, but
In the
other than
kitchen.
that, yeah.
On the way to the bathroom.
'Cause you like going and doing, like, thrifting and going to, like, the vendor villages and stuff like that, yeah. I was gonna say those are typically really good sometimes they can be good places to look for, like, vinyls and stuff.
Mhm.
Um,
Actually, I see a lot of them in those types of places, and I'm always like, I don't I look for them and think hope something'll pop out that you would like, but
I was gonna say, but, like, you don't
there's no
know
way for me
exactly
to
which
know.
vinyls I'd be interested
Mm-mm.
in. And then also I like to look at those places for, like, home decor and stuff.
Yeah, yeah, same.
Yeah, because 'cause I'm
Well,
in,
I'm
like, my
looking for
full
Longaberger baskets, and I'm looking for Rae Dunn, but then there are other things too that I might like.
I'm not brand loyal,
I know you're not, but you know I am.
uh,
But maybe that
except for my musical artists. I'm brand loyal to my musical artists.
you are indeed. Um, so maybe that's something that I can do, like, on your off day is like, sometime every once in a while, schedule a day off on a Wednesday, and then we can go to some of those places because that's probably the best day to go when there's
Yeah.
not that many people there, you
Cause,
know what I
I
mean?
bet the people and, like, when you do the vendor villages that are, like, the
Mhm.
individual stalls, like, I bet that's when they're, like, restocking their stuff too.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
They're coming during the week.
yeah,
Yeah.
but
Okay.
because you used to do, like, little flea market shows at the, fair,
With my jewelry?
on the fairgrounds with the jewelry, yeah,
Mm,
and if you remember, like, I would just walk around,
mhm.
like, I would come help you set up and then walk around and look
Yeah,
at what else was for sale.
yeah.
It's actually where I got,
You got a
bu
bunch of vinyls there one
yeah,
time, didn't you? Yeah,
yeah.
I remember that.
I got 3 Garth Brooks records
Yeah, that's what I
on vinyl.
remember.
Yeah,
Mhm.
for like $15 a piece. I got, the My Chemical Romance, actually, I have it. Unfortunately, it's in plastic, so you're not gonna like hearing the sound of it. The guy had this. It never came with, like, a proper jacket, because of what it is, it's a picture disc.
Okay.
So it never came with, like, a proper, like, gatefold like vinyls typically do, but he had no idea what it was, and as soon as I saw it, it has a picture of the band on the back, but as soon as I saw the front, I knew exactly what it was, and I bought it immediately. It was only 20 bucks, and they don't make it anymore, so it's worth a whole lot more. But it is the do you know what it is?
No.
Just showing you the band to give you any more of a clue?
Mm-mm.
It is My Chemical Romance.
You already said that. So didn't you already say that?
I might have. I might
Yeah.
have.
So then when you were wanting me to guess the band, I'm like, well, maybe that wasn't the band name.
Yeah,
Aren't they the one that's gonna be at your Louder in Life next year?
yeah. This is the album that they're gonna be doing. They're gonna be performing this album in its entirety.
So have you ever played that on the record player? Okay. I didn't know if maybe you had this thing about not playing something like that, but
No, no, like,
that's a very beautiful artistic record.
you can still play picture discs
Yeah.
on record players. I've actually played it on both my smaller one and my one from, Grandma and Grandpa Lashley's house.
Okay. I like that.
But, yeah, they don't make this picture disc anymore, so it's worth a lot more than the $20 I paid for it.
That's good. I'm gonna uh try to be more on purpose on taking like I would rather spread out my vacation days and have a couple of days off a month and
Then
be
get
able
to
to
the end of the year and be like, now I
and
got to
you
figure out. Yeah.
yeah. Cause like I had that one extra day and I'm like it worked out that but I almost thought I was gonna lose it. So yeah. Well I'm
They
gonna
don't pay you out for it at the end of the year?
you
Like,
can
if
roll
they go unused?
no, no, you
You can
lose it.
roll them?
You can roll up to a week. So a week's 5 days and I have 6 days left. So if I
Oh,
didn't take
oh,
that, I would
okay,
have lost that day. And
okay.
then and I would roll over the other 5 I would roll over the 5 days. What is your favorite dynamic of our family? Like, what is something that you're like, "That's what I like the best about us, the Copeland girls."
It's kinda my favorite and not my favorite. Like, it's my favorite because I've always kind of been independent.
Absolutely.
Like, I've never really cared for any kind of authoritative oversight of
Mhm.
my actions. So, dad's favorite is Ellie, and,
He says
you
he
were
doesn't have a favorite because Amy has sent me a text message after she's watched some of our episodes and said, "Just so you know, Jay doesn't have" she'll say Jay, and I know she means James, "doesn't have a favorite."
well, that's because he knows as a parent he shouldn't, but I have eyes. But
We've discussed all that before,
his
so
favorite was and is Ellie. Well, I don't know if it still is, but it at least was. And you were always, like, occupied with Lil and her hearing and all of that stuff. So
her needs.
yeah. And so for the most part, I had very little parental oversight.
And you were older than them too.
Yeah,
You know, there's 7 years difference between you and Ellie and then 10 between you and Lil. So, yeah. And then when Lil came along, there were a big chunk of time, it was just the 4 of us, because your dad was off doing his thing. And so, yeah, it did leave you in a situation where I had to I could only divide myself so much
yeah.
that you were
And
on your
they
own.
needed a lot more of your attention
Mhm.
than I did because I was far older. So yeah, eh, I was left with a lot less parental oversight than them, but I was, for the most part, fine with it. So because of that, where it becomes, and again, I wouldn't say it's also like not, it's not that it's at the bottom of my, favorites list, but it's definitely not at the top, is because there was a lot of time where dad wasn't there and there was a big age gap. Like, I saw myself, and I feel like a lot of times I was put in a role of almost a parental like figure.
Or helping do things that a parent should have been doing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Um,
Giving baths or helping feed or
Making
yeah,
them do chores.
yeah. Mhm. Because I needed
That's
help.
how Lil wished I would die.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
You were put because that's I needed help, and
yeah. That the part of like being an adult at a kid's age, wasn't great. I don't blame you for it.
mhm,
You had very limited resources and
mhm.
you did what you needed to do. Um, but being in an adult's role at a kid's age isn't great, but it made me fiercely protective of especially Ellie and Lil, but it's also spread itself out to like other people that I care about,
Mhm.
like the people in my circle. I'm fiercely protective of those people. People can say anything they want about me, but if they say something about one of my friends or family,
Mhm.
all bets are off.
Right.
Or a lot of times, especially when y'all were going through your divorce, you know, I thought about Ellie and Lil because obviously with the age gap, they were the only ones of us 3 affected by it.
Well, just it had a different impact for them because they were still here. They were
Yeah,
still living here, growing up. You had kinda
yeah,
already transitioned.
yeah.
Yeah.
And, something that, I think for the most part, they didn't really know about until then, but I did, was, um, it was not an if, it was a when situation. So when I was delivered that news, I was just kinda like, "Okay." Whereas, comparatively, it took them by surprise.
Yeah. Well, or I don't know that Ellie was necessarily like, I think she always thought it was gonna happen. It was just maybe the reasons why. Yeah.
As you say, whereas I've known, probably more than I should have known for longer than I should have known it.
Mhm.
Um, so I was just kinda like, "Okay," and went about my day. I've always kept that from them. Like, it wasn't until maybe a couple of years ago that Ellie and I actually sat and talked about all of the things I knew when I learned of them and, things that I never told them because they didn't need to know about it at that age. Like, I think that's actually helped mine and Ellie's relationship a lot.
Mhm.
Having very little parental supervision, but also because of that, I was put in an adult's role at a kid's age. It's a
Yeah.
double-edged sword every single
It
way.
can be. Absolutely. Okay. All right, we've got 2 more questions. The, first of the 2 would be, what can we work on as a family to make us stronger as a unit?
I don't really know about a unit. I think we need to figure out some sort of system for who's in control of the radio when we're on long car trips.
Since we're getting ready to go on one?
Yeah, like, I don't know, like, instead of a talking stick, we need to have, like, a radio stick.
Uh-huh. Like in Girl
Um,
Scouts, someone
yeah,
yeah,
yeah, like, instead of a talking stick, we need to have, like, a radio
radio
stick.
stick.
Yeah, like, you can put songs in the queue for this amount of time while you have the radio stick. So I think you've picked up a lot of musical tastes and
Electricity.
preferences. Yeah, from both Ellie and I. Like, you've heard songs that Ellie and I have been playing and, you've added them to your Spotify.
Mhm.
Um, but Ellie and I have very, very different music tastes, like, to the point where they directly clash with one another.
I don't know that Lil I don't think I've added things from Lil. Like,
Well, that's because Lil has hearing aids and headphones that are 2-in-1s.
yeah, so she
She's n
kinda does
she's
her own
not
thing.
interested yeah, she's not interested in playing her music out loud for other people to hear because she's literally wearing her headphones anytime she's awake.
Mhm. Yeah. Well, we could
That would be my other suggestion. Can we get, like, how for dishwashers they have clean dishes and dirty dishes? Can we get, like, a sign for Lil that says headphones or hearing aids? That way we know which function that those things are currently on.
right.
Because I'm tired of looking at her and saying 3 full sentences before she realizes that I'm talking to her. I don't mean to compare her to a dishwasher,
But I know what
but
you're talking about. Maybe we can work on that on our trip to Georgia. The last question is, what do you think about this podcast? Is it something that you would like to be more involved in, less involved in?
did Lil
Uh,
say less?
I didn't ask Lil this question. Yes,
Oh.
Lil would. Well, I asked a similar question. I asked, was she
You knew better than to ask that part.
pretty much? I said, are you doing this podcast because of me? and she's basically was like,
Just so
"Yes."
everybody knows who's listening to this, earlier, my mom asked me if I was gonna have any questions for her, because apparently Lil had questions for
She
her,
did.
which I wouldn't know because, as my mom loves to point out, I don't
Well, I
listen.
haven't edited hers hasn't been,
Well,
uh,
and I'll never
put up
know
yet.
because I don't listen.
Right, we know.
Uh, I already know that I sound like cornbread. I don't need to hear myself as more of a justification that I sound like cornbread.
Well, but don't you so kind of when you look at the question that I asked you before, do you feel like I think it's brought us closer together. It's been a way for us to connect
Yeah,
on a
we
more
definitely talk more. I like that aspect of it. Like we
Mhm.
talk more as a family.
Do you
Uh,
like it better since it's gone video and you could stay at home? Do you miss
yeah.
coming here?
I mean, it's definitely different than us all being in the same room.
Mhm.
Like I feel like it was more of a connection when we were all
Absolutely.
sitting in the same room. However, just like the logistics part of it, having us like being able to do it at home. Because, like I said, I had therapy and I had other stuff to do today. And if I also had to like come to your house, I might have fallen behind and been,
Or you would have gotten very anxious about it.
yeah, because that's another ADHD thing. It's called
Mhm.
waiting mode, where
Right.
it's like, well, I have this today, so I can't do anything
Thing
else
else. Yeah.
because I have this. Yeah. And I would find myself, like, I did that a lot whenever I would have to come to your house to do it. Um, but now that it's here, like, my computer's already sitting on my coffee table, I just have to open it up and load up the website. I feel like there was a better connection of us 4 when it was at your house, but I think it's easier, at least for me.
I miss that we don't play the games afterwards.
Yeah, yeah,
So, but maybe if we do something every now and then, once a month or whatever, and
yeah,
do board games, it could bring that back.
yeah, I was gonna
Yeah,
say piles can be part of our board game night.
I know. Yeah, we cycle through.
I know that it especially makes you happy
It does.
to conversate with especially me
Mhm.
on a weekly basis.
Yes.
Because, again, cannot stress this enough how much of an independent person I am.
Agree. Agree.
If the podcast gets bigger and, you kinda need, because I know right now it's basically just you,
Yeah.
editing it, but if it ever gets to a point where it needs to be like, a multi-person thing and we're each,
Signed a task.
assigned a task, or a department, in better words, uh, yeah, I would be perfectly fine taking some of that on.
Okay. I have to keep that in mind. I hope we get bigger. We need to get I wanna figure out how we get, kinda like sponsors. So, I am gonna work on probably while
Uh,
I'm on
kick
vacation.
kick Lil off because her language will ensure that
No,
we
no,
never
that
get sponsors.
that could draw some sponsors, you don't know.
Adam and
Anyway,
Eve.
I'm gonna work on doing on recording the intro and the summaries, kind of like the beginning and the ends that I could just put on each side, and then I'm gonna do a practice, ads, because I feel like I could do ads, drop ads in when we transition between one person's topic and another. So
Yeah,
I'm gonna try to
and they also
practice
have,
them.
I know for other podcasts, they have, like, dynamic ads, and this probably requires more, expert editing than, you currently possess right now. But, like, even if you go and listen to a podcast from 2 years ago, the ad that you hear will, A, still be read by the podcast host, but it will still be a relevant, like,
Mm,
if I go and listen to a podcast about Easter from 2 years ago, it'll still be an ad about Christmas for this year.
right, and yeah, that's not in
Uh,
my realm of
but yeah,
function.
and I think it would be beneficial because all 4 of us together, we're 4 very different advertising demographics.
Mhm,
Like,
absolutely.
we're 4 very different demographics for advertisers.
Mhm,
So I think it'd be beneficial for, all of us to have some experience doing ad reads.
mhm. I really wanna go to a podcast conference. that you can learn a little bit about a lot of things and network and find people that can help. I mean, I just would think that would be very, of course, that would all be out of my own pocket that I'd have to go do that, but
I was
I'd
gonna
love
say,
to
and
do that.
where do they even,
Oh,
like,
they
hold
have them.
those?
There was one in August 2025. It was in Dallas, Texas.
Oh, so but, like, not in Louisville.
No, no. So it's would be something that I would like have to take a vacation for.
Because
And
typically, unless you're Jack Harlow or Bryson Tiller, nobody cares what anybody from Louisville has to say.
who was the other one?
Bryson Tiller. He's another rapper.
Oh, okay, I don't even know who he is. Okay, well, I loved this episode. Thank you for being open to answering all of my questions. Do you have any questions for me or anything you'd like to end it with? Episode 36. I don't know why I was going to say 20. Episode 36.
I don't know, but when you started the episode saying it was 36, and now I just thought about how close I am to that age, and I almost crapped my pants.
You're just 31, girl. Okay, well,
I did when so I also went to Ross today after Bath and Body Works because it's right next door.
yeah,
And I needed sheets. Sheets for a king size bed can get pricey,
they can, yeah.
and especially when you're looking for cute sheets. But while I was there, they had these.
Oh, yeah, those are my favorite. I'm glad those are at your house and not at mine.
Well, I've already ate like 3.
They're easy to do.
I opened them on the way home.
Those are that one and the caramel are my favorite.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the Lindor truffles, the original Lindor truffles.
All right. Well, that concludes episode 36 of the Coplan Cabana. We live in the south ends of Louisville, Kentucky, at the Coplan Cabana, where Kimmy does all the work and they're just here for the show. At the Coplan Cabana. Cha cha cha. Are you ever gonna sing along?
Maybe when you go to that podcast conference, you'll be able to find somebody that will like sing your theme song for you.
You don't think that I just add that extra?
I wonder if we can get T-Pain to sing it.
Maybe we can get Jack Harlow to sing it.
Can you imagine? No, I don't think we can afford
Ja
that.
Rule. Can we get Ja Rule?
But like T-Pain's funny, so like I feel like we might be able to actually get T-Pain one day.
I can't believe you're not just going straight to Taylor Swift.
No, because Taylor Swift's not like she's funny. She's not that kind of funny. But like T-Pain would do it just for the laugh.
All right,
Or maybe
everyone.
we can figure out how to auto tune you so you have like the same effects, like the same vocal effects as
Maybe.
T-Pain.
Maybe.
Yeah.
And we might have better chance at doing that.
And put like a T-Pain beat underneath it, like the beat to Bartender.
Yeah. That might be what we'll need your help to do. Okay, everyone, that concludes episode 36. Thank you as always for your support, and thank you, Anna, for, first child, first priority. Thanks for being here. And we'll podcast you later.
This is my only experience being in the middle.
Very true. Very true. Podcast you later.